You got an answer for that?
I didn't know it was a form of a question. I thought it was a statement.
Oh.
But at any rate,
I was just assuming that it was some kind of a large conference, but,
it was, if I'm not mistaken, it had to do with Reading First or one of the grant programs. And there were a few people that went to that. That's why it's
Yeah.
large.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Bills are paid.
Thank you. The next item is the approval of the summer millage as presented to the Board of Education. If you will, in the packet, we give there's several documents, one of which, the last page, will highlight where the millage has been over the last 6 years, including next year. And there has been a reduction in almost every year.
Say it one more time again, Mr. Ruthier.
Actually, if you took out the state aid education tax, there would be a reduction. But we have, the administration has diligently worked at reducing the levy. And as you can see, the debt levy is down $500,000 for next year.
is there a way to quickly explain to the audience what happened with the state education tax as to why one year it was 5 and this year it's 6? And I know there's, the explanation. I know it was the state playing games with finances, and maybe the audience needs to hear that, if we can do a quick explanation.
Sure. Last year, there was a shift by the governor to collect the property taxes in the summer months. And because of that, and the state getting the money up front, they reduced it by 1 mil. So consequently, because of that shift in accounting, if you will, there was a 1 mil reduction. It was a one-time fix, if you will, for that particular year.
The Governor Engler was a person who put this in place, and he was giving a final kiss to people as he left office by paying them back for paying their taxes early by giving them a 1 mil, 1 year reduction. It has caused a tremendous amount of difficulty in school finance because 1 mil across the entire state has a tremendous effect, and many of the ills are worse in our financial picture of the state education relative to the loss of this 1 mil. Not a good move. We had no choice in it. We had no part in it. But in Romulus, we have reduced taxes a $500,000. The change in the tax, though, is due to what's happening at the state level.
So the reason it went back to 6, though, is strictly the state. I mean, we did
Exactly.
not do anything.
That's correct.
It's the state.
We had to do that. We had no choice.
Right.
The
Thank you.
school district does not levy the tax. The
Right.
state of Michigan does.
Okay.
Motion, Barry.
Okay, can I have a motion, please, on this?
Madam Chairman, I'll make the motion that we approve the summer millage levy as presented
I will.
for 2004.
Support.
Thank you. Now, has anyone got any questions? Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving along to communication expression from the public, which there is none. Mr. Carr?
Items of interest. We've distributed copies of various yearbooks. We've also given you some information relative to lobbying from Kelly Cawthorn. MASB, there's a summer conference coming up, I think in July. Also, we've received information relative to the Governor's Education Summit, which will occur in September. We need to know who's going to go to the Education Summit. You'll remember last year, we didn't register until, or try to register until late, and we got shut out. So if you have an interest in going to the Governor's Education Summit, please speak now or very soon to Carol, so we have the appropriate reservations in place, so we don't get shut out for that. It's a one-day no overnight stay or anything like that, it's just a one-day situation.
I'll put
Mayor,
my
Tim,
name
I'm
in.
going. I
Yeah,
would like to go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 of you then. Okay,
yeah,
very good.
it is a good thing.
It's a
really
very
is.
good conference, yes. Okay, we will take care of that. You'll also notice the last item of interest we show here was from the state of Michigan, and it's relative to the legislative jostling that's going on in Lansing. It's a statement from Mary Lanois, the state budget director, stating that the governor is taking the position that it might be necessary to prorate our state aid yet for this 2003-2004 school year to the tune of about $28. That's what this boils down to. There's a lot of political jostling going on. There's been some political action since this letter was written, but the possibility, even today, still exists that they could take away $28 to $30 from us, which is $120,000. They're not able to pass legislation to take this off the hook. They've made a bunch of statements that they're gonna take it out of other parts of the budget and that we're gonna be okay. But it's not done yet, and this is an official notice that forces the legislature to address the problem in the next 30 days. So we'll keep you posted, and we certainly hope and trust that this will not be a problem, but we've been given formal notice that it may occur. That's all I have for tonight.
Okay. Questions and concerns of board members?
Joe, you talked about maybe us losing $120,000. Could you elaborate just a little bit on how that's going to impact us here at the district, or how we'll do business?
If we would lose the $120,000, it would be for the year that, actually the school year we're just finishing. So there'd be no way that we could cut the money out of the budget. It would just run us, in effect, into the hole deeper, and would cause us then to have to be looking ahead to eliminate another $120,000 from next year's budget to make up for the overexpend, or the, in effect, lack of revenue from this year. You know, it's as though we're running our household and we're expecting a check for X number of dollars to come in, and it doesn't come in, and it just isn't gonna come in at all because we've been told we're not going to get it. You've got that hole in your budget, and that's exactly what would be happening here. So, it's not good news. There are a lot of people working very hard to make this not happen this year, but part of what's happening is at the state level, they're having tremendous issues, and it looks as though they're gonna push the problem off to next year, which will bring it back around home to us probably again next year. But we'll have to cross that bridge as we get to it, because we've crossed a lot of slippery slopes and bridges that have got a lot of holes in them, and potholes and everything else, and gosh, it's just not a lot of fun when you've got unexpected things like this occurring all the time. Earlier in the year, we also had to live with a $74 proration that never did come back to us. So we lost in that case close to $300,000 that never was replaced and will not be replaced. So these things come up from time to time, and we have no choice except to turn the other cheek.
It's really not something that we can plan for either, because we really don't have, a lot of it occurs after events that the board has acted on. And it has to do with the revenue conferences that are convened at the state level. And as you recall, we adopted a budget back in April, and the Revenue Census Committee was May 19th, as I remember. So you just can't, stop operating on a what if, and it's unfortunate that these things happen. There was a plus side, not in relation to the proration that may come about, but we did receive an additional $130,000 this year and next year for the Act 18 settlement. So we did pick up a little bit of money in spite of the possibility of having this additional proration.
Thank both of you for the explanation. I know parents sometimes ask because they don't understand the term, so, if we just break it down or explain it
It's
a little
true.
further, it can be helpful. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
in going to the moving up ceremonies this week, I noticed that there are some PA systems that work really well, but Merriman and Wick isn't all that great either. So can we check those out and see what's going on? Merriman is terrible.
Hell Creek.
I mean, I didn't get to Hell Creek, but I
Right.
know even if we could check, Hell Creek needs to be checked out as well.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, and Wick, you could hear it, but not very well. And some PA systems were great. You can just hear really well. So I don't know if that's something we can check.
And maybe if Mr. Ruth here, could we like look into maybe like just a portable PA system or
Well,
something?
In all honesty,
hear
the
a thing.
system at Merriman's brand new. Why it's not
my
functioning, I
Well-
don't know, because we replaced that as a part of the bond issue.
And
Oh,
I
we-
thought
in Merriman?
so. I thought
Sometimes
that was
that's
the
where they
case.
do it.
No, we
'Cause I
couldn't
know if
hear
we-
anything.
If we use the Barth gym, it doesn't come in as good as if we were to use the other side of the cafeteria. That's,
But my thing too
Depends on
is, and
where
I
they
thought
do it.
maybe it was to where you position the mic, because that could be a problem. But, I mean, they had their mouth right on the mic. You could not hear hardly anything.
was it in the gym?
So
it was
maybe
in
some
the-
additional
Merriman's
training
in-
might be needed on the
Merriman was
equipment,
in the
maybe,
cafeteria.
or,
Oh, it's in the cafeteria?
Yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
that used to be the gym, but this.
I'll look
Okay.
into it.
oh, we were in the cafeteria?
you.
You said?
Merriman was cafeteria.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't know that
It
either.
used to be a gym. We built a new gym.
Oh,
At the
yeah,
south end.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
right,
there.
that's right. It's over on the other side.
okay, well, we thought we were in the,
But it was a gym at one
Okay.
time, and it still has the acoustics of a gym.
okay.
So, well, I
We can
appreciate it if
certainly
you could just
check.
look into
Sure.
it and see if we can do something. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I just want to thank all of the voters out there in Romulus for giving me 4 more years. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the moving up ceremony that I made. I was unable to make any more. We had a lot of problems with water in my house, and I don't even want to go into it, but anyway, I did enjoy the one I went to. Everyone was very well behaved, and that's what I like, to see that these people are learning to act like young adults. That's all. Anything else?
I
Okay,
make a motion, we adjourn.
very good.
I
Thank
support
Go
it.
watch the Pistons. Go Pistons.
Right,
Go
go
Pistons.
Pistons. I support it.
Yeah,
Favor?
go on.
I supported it.
Oh,
You gotta
okay.
vote.
Oh, we need roll
You gotta
call?
vote.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is over.